Now we go to our second race. It's Senior Road Tax, heat number 2, and it's Group C versus D. Here is your starting grid. So from pole position, it's going to be Vic Stevens from Belgium in the 369. Pierre Lemoine in second from France. Then we got Tommy van der Stoys. And from Saudi Arabia, we have the 919 of Leith Moumina. Ethan Jeffel and Kai Hunter will round out row number 3 ahead of Montego Masson and Luke Neeson, who are on row 4. Lawrence Herbold and Sean Butcher, they complete the top 10. Then we've got Spencer Braun, and then we've got Khalid Al-Maraji, Kaz Boshouse, Lockie Robinson, Days Dams, Matthias Flamand, Bart Gubbles, Ralph van der Pavert, Kai Hillertz, and for those Red Actions fans out there, Bram Ossewaarde rounds out the 20-strong grid. Ossewaarde actually ran over some debris in qualifying, and thereby it was a full, like a big, inch-long split on the centre of the Mojo D5 on the rear of the kart, so that really compromised his qualifying. So at the moment, Lewis Gilbert has the opening race victory. Of course, for those watching at home, every single race that I call today and I give the results at the end of each session, those are provisional, pending technical and sporting checks post-session. This is the way that it does always happen. We have it where sometimes race winners do not always have it all their own way, is in the fact that front-fairing penalties can be found. Technical scrutineering will also check to see if everything's in fine fettle. So the drivers now seal themselves and get ready for this race. Are we ready? Are we steady? Looks like we are getting things going as the drivers now make their way through into turns 1 and 2 here at the circuit. It is Vic Stevens leading the way at the moment. Van der Stoys looks to be in second position, 2-3 wide at the back. Van already making up a couple of positions. The person that I'm waiting to see how he moves up the order, of course, the current reigning and defending champion, the only person to win 3 different titles in 3 different classes in mini, junior and senior here in the BNL. Kai Hillertz, the 374, 16 years of age, has also been doing some running with Red Ant Racing, especially the 24-hour series run by Creventic. Nice little move there. That's by Kai Hunter on Montego Masson in the 394. So Hunter now moves his way up into 4th position. And fellow countryman Ethan Jeffel, who rounds out the top 3. Stevens leads the way after the opening lap ahead of Van der Stoys. Jeff Hall, Kai Hunter, Montego Masson, Lawrence Herbold, Spencer Braun rounds out the top 7. Ahead of Luke Neeson, Kaz Boshouse and Matthias Flamand. So 5 minutes and 40 seconds still to go on the timer in this second heat. There'll be a little bit of a respite for the seniors after this one, as their next heat will not be until a little bit later on. It'll be after the break that we'll go into. I'll be at 2:30 this afternoon. Hunter really starting to put the pressure onto Ethan Jeff Hall, and he looks up the inside through into the penultimate left-hander on the circuit, and he gets through for 3rd place. There's the man from the Republic of Tyne and Weir, Kai Hunter, running in the 335 number this weekend. Normally runs as the 395 in the Euro Trophy. Vic Stevens has got Tommy van der Stoys breathing down the back of his race overalls right now. And this is where strategy does come into play. I spoke to Tommy, and after qualifying this morning, he said, well, my spark plug and my clutch were absolutely destroyed. And he said, I'm glad Dad's not here. I said, is he still worrying, though? Martin, I know you're worrying. I can feel my ears burning right about now. But things are closing up because Kai Hunter has got a big run of speed in that Lando Norris chassis underneath, and he looks up the inside. That's a great move there. Nice and clean from Kai Hunter as he gets his way through into second position in front of Tommy van der Stroys. So Vic Stevens continues to lead after this lap. So a very, very good job from him. Lockie Robinson, at the meantime, has managed to make his way up from 14th now into 10th position. Running these days under a UK licence. He's also been doing some bits and pieces here and there. Been doing a bit more racing. He was also one of the multitude of senior Rotax drivers that headed, in terms of an international perspective, to the home of British karting, Paul Fletcher International. There is the move for the lead, and that is Kai Hunter through on Vic Stevens. It was only a matter of time, and it happened just a matter of seconds before the halfway point of the race. So just under 3.5 minutes to go. Kai Hunter from 6th on the grid now hits the front. And also, he's starting to pull away because Vic Stevens now will have a very motivated Tommy van der Stroys behind him. Ethan Jeff Hall being closed in on by Lawrence Herbols in the number 398 Bouvin Power entry. Into the next right-hander, Vic Stevens and Tommy van der Stroys seem to be moving forward. It will be a case of how much further forward can Kai Hunter push that opening between himself and Vic Stevens. So another lap completed. Hunter still leads. On to lap number 6. So the running order at the moment: Hunter leads from Stevens, van der Stroys in 3rd, Jeff Hall, Herbols, Marson, Neeson, Rilletz. Well, started from way down back of the order. Did the 16-year-old from Tremelot in Belgium. Started down in 19th position. He is now in 8th. Lockie Robinson now up into 9th place, having just got past Spencer Brougham. Good battle between these people here. Right, that was Lawrence Herbols getting passed by the 394. Montego Masson making up another position. He's back up into 5th as the German, one of 2 sole German drivers. And a very good luck to everyone at the RMC Cup Series at the night race weekend at Billhaven this weekend. But Kai Hunter has expanded his lead over Vic Stevens to the tune of just over half a second. And again, bit too close there. Montego Masson nearly got himself a bit caught up there, trying to get through on Lawrence Herbols as the pair swap places again for 5th. And the German looked to go up the inside, and the 394 nearly made a complete hash of it on that particular occasion. But you know what? If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. And Sean Butcher now is finding himself in 10th position in this race. So, which is exactly where he started. Ralph van der Paver, his weekend has not gotten off to the best start, I'm afraid. The Dutchman pulling the car into pit lane on lap 4. As we now head on to our penultimate lap 8 out of 9, and Kai Hunter starting to stretch that advantage ever so slightly to just over 0.6 of a second. Again, Montego Masson has been trying to get through on other drivers, but Kai Rilletz now up 13 places from 6th on the grid. He's got the WAF behind him as the 16-year-old from Tremelot. But the thing is, will he possibly catch and pass Lawrence Herbols before the checkered flag? Well, he's got about just over a lap and a quarter to do so, as the timer has expired. And on this particular occasion, Van der Stoys taking the opening race. Well, it was Lewis Gilbert taking the opening race victory. Hunter now on the final lap, and it's nearly a second up the road. And what's more, another personal best. And what's more, another fastest lap for Kai Hunter by nearly a second up the road from Vic Stevens. Van der Stoys is in third. There's Gilles trying to close in on Lawrence Herabols. So by the end of this race, we could see one of the biggest movers so far up the field in this weekend, and that is Kai Gilles. He's looking to make it not just 13. They say that that number is lucky for some, and he is possibly getting an opportunity to get through on Lawrence Herabols to make that 14 places. The race leader now making his way through the final couple of corners, as there is just going through shot. For those watching at home, Kai Gilles has made it through on Lawrence Herabols, and in the meantime, whilst that happens, so did Montego Masson. But the checker flag is out, and Kai Hunter wins the second heat in senior Rotax here today by nearly over a second and a quarter. Head of Vic Stevens, Tommy van der Stoys in third, Ethan Jeff Hall in fourth, Kai Gilles from 19th on the grid to finish P5, head of Montego Masson, Lawrence Herabols, Luke Neeson, Lockie Robinson, and Sean Butcher completing the top 10. Days Dams, Kaz Boshaus, Spencer Brougham rounding out the top 13. Bram Osavada started last, finished in 14th, head of Theo Lemoyne, Mathis Flamand, Mumina from Saudi Arabia, Puck Gubbles, and Khalid Al-Maraji rounding out the 19 that finished the race. Well, Al-Maraji was just coming across the line to start his final lap as Hunter finished his, with Ralph van der Pavert unfortunately retiring on lap number 4.